I can't move around too much in this chair because it squeaks. Happy New Year! Happy New Year. That sounded not as chill and cool as I wanted it to, but anyway, I hope you're doing well. I made a vlog last week, and thank you so much for your sweet comments. That made me very happy. In that video, I very briefly mentioned that I had a New Year's resolution, and so let's freaking talk about New Year's resolutions. Yo, hold on. I'm not thinking your like more common New Year's resolutions, you know, like health and fitness, personal growth, financial or spiritual resolutions. Like, no, scratch that. I mean, who cares? Instead, I want to talk about interior design resolutions for 2025. Interior design is my hobby. It's what I think is fun, and hopefully we share that interest. Contrary to last year, when I gave 10 interior design resolutions for 2024, which were all quite general, this year I want to make it a little bit more personal. I've looked internally, you know, I've been thinking to myself, what would be my interior design resolutions like personally? And these are my 5 interior design resolutions for 2025, and you can copy them. I would like to improve my tableware game as my resolution number 1. And by tableware, I am referring to dishware, glassware, you know, anything that goes on a table. And I did mention this in my vlog last week. To be honest, I'm quite pleased with how that table came together, but that doesn't mean I'm done. The year has just begun. I want to share with you an Instagram account that I recently discovered. Now, I don't remember their name at the moment, but I'll put it on the screen. They're doing like lots of vintage tableware, and they have rental availability. I don't remember which country they're in. I'm guessing Germany. When I looked at the pictures of their tableware, I was just like fucking drooling. It was amazing. And I've come to realize that I've reached a point in my interior design journey where I actually know more or less what I like. And so with that in mind, I feel like I'm ready to invest in tableware a little bit more seriously. Now, I have some plates that I really want. I haven't bought them. I spoke about it briefly in the vlog. They're by a Japanese ceramics brand. I think I've mentioned them before. It's called Hasami Porcelain. I think they have some amazing pieces, and I would love to own plates by them, but it could be something else. My point is that I've reached a point where my taste doesn't necessarily change all that much. Me saying that I like ceramic plates, that's like, I'm gonna be a little bit bold and say like 97% chance, wow, actually 99% chance that I'm not about to dislike ceramic plates 4 years, 5 years from now. I'm very, very confident that I'll continue to like that for years to come. So with that in mind, upping my tableware game, I'm looking for the freaking nice, cool cutlery, the nice little butter knives, the little forks that are meant for cheese specifically, dishes for ways to present food in general. I also would like to have matching plates and bowls. Whether I thrift them or buy them new, we'll see. And then all the little eclectic vintage pieces in between. So, we'll see. That's number 1. Okay, number 2. I'd like to get an area rug for my living room. This was actually a resolution. I don't think I said it on YouTube, but it was a part of my interior design resolutions last year. And I did buy an area rug. It just didn't end up in the living room like I originally intended it to. We tried it for a while. It did look nice, but then it ended up looking nicer in the bedroom. So living room is still without an area rug, and that is one of my personal interior design resolutions for 2025. But why should you get an area rug, you might ask? Well, it defines the area first and foremost. It adds color and texture to your space. It protects the floors. It creates a cozy, warm atmosphere. Like, I live in Norway. It's a blizzard outside as we speak. I haven't left the house for 3 days. And the reason I haven't really pulled the trigger on a area rug yet, it's not because I haven't found one. I found many, and I do intend making a video about rugs when the time is right, because it's actually so difficult deciding which rug should be in your space, because it's a big purchase, and also it's a large piece of furniture or interior design. I don't know, do you call rugs furniture? Anyway, it's like a big piece that will affect your space in many ways, like both color, texture, all of the things that I mentioned that are good about it is also what could potentially be bad about it. If you also are on the rug lookout, because I think I can't be the only one, why don't you write in the comments your thoughts on what's difficult about finding the perfect area rug. I've done some research. We will revisit this sometime in the following year. So not to like drop hints or anything, but you should subscribe. Anyway, let's move on to number 3. I would like to invest in art. If you see the wall behind me, like we have the TV, had to turn that off because it makes weird things. I have like some vintage photos, some photos I've taken myself. Actually, all of these 3 I've taken myself. But I would like to up my art game. We do have one big art piece, which actually my boyfriend bought. It's by A Good Sport on Instagram. Liam Alvey is his name, and he makes some really, really cool art. I really like that piece. I think it adds a lot of character to our space. But I would like something more abstract, a little bit maybe. And there's one particular artist that I freaking adore. He's Norwegian and his name's Lars Gangdal. I would very much like to buy art by him. Not sure it's gonna happen. You know, when I say that the interior design resolution is to up my art game, it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily gonna go out and buy really expensive art, but I would like to do something about the wall behind me, because it's lacking. It's not as good as it could be. For my resolution number 4, complete a DIY job. And this should be as much as an inspiration to you as it should be a kick in the butt to me, because I do have a chair project. If you're a friend of the channel, you will have seen me doing chair upcycling before, and this is possibly the biggest upcycle project that I am about to embark on. I might as well share this with you now. So I bought 4 chairs last year secondhand from a lady who had bought them new, and they are 4 Martstam chairs. I swapped out my Cheska chairs for these chairs. The only issue is that the previous owner had them professionally spray painted. I'm not even sure I can say that they were professionally spray painted, because who in their right mind spray paints beautiful black leather with white paint? The white leather aesthetic is just not really my vibe. It's not my preference. I much rather have the original color, which was black. The only thing though is that I haven't really figured out how to get rid of the paint yet. I have some ideas, and I don't think it will include removing paint. I think it will include changing out the seat completely. So that's another teaser for you. 2025 is the year where I become a leather person. I'll say that interior design resolution number 4 is like twofold. On one hand, I want to finish these chairs, but I also want to paint. That is the second. Like, DIY is a fucking umbrella. Like, probably there will be more than just the one. So that's 4. What should I make number 5? Final resolution is maybe a little bit flaky, actually, but a resolution nonetheless. As you might have realized by now, I like thrifting. Actually, I love thrifting, but I'm on a journey, which sounds so cringe, but I am, and I think you are too. You know, the journey of figuring out your own tastes. Like, what do I like? How does my taste change over time? What things get to stay within my frame of preference, and what things has to go. And as I said initially, more and more I feel like I'm defining my taste, but that doesn't mean that I'm still not on a continuous journey of learning more about interior design, learning more about interior designers. I think interior design history is very interesting. For instance, how did certain designs become more celebrated than others? What type of design styles do I like, and why don't I like the other things? What are the socioeconomic ties to why certain interior design styles become trendy or disappear, or, you know, all of this interests me. With that as a backdrop, I want to continue thrifting with intention in 2025, and I want to expand a little bit outside Norway's borders, which I do generally do a little bit of a thrift when I travel. But honestly, okay, we've reached this level of friendship. I'm sharing my dreams with you. My dream is to be a professional thrifter. That sounded so freaking cheesy. But what I mean is, like, I would love to go to markets abroad and buy all the cool things that I find and then resell them. So to boil it down, hopefully I'll share with you my Etsy shop during this year. Not to say that I know a lot, I'm not a designer, but I do really enjoy interior design. I think it's a lot of fun. So if you think it's a lot of fun too, we might have something in common and we should hang out. With that being said, those are my 5 final interior design resolutions for 2025. I did ask ChatGPT for some tips on how to stick with New Year's resolutions. I have some bad news. Actually, they're not that bad. ChatGPT suggests that I should start small and that I should focus on achieving goals to build momentum. None of these resolutions really are that small. They're all kind of big, to be honest. A downside, however, the next tip was to be specific. I think we can all agree that I was fairly specific with these 5 interior design resolutions. It suggests that I should track progress, which is obviously what we're doing here. I mean, I'm posting this online and you'll be able to tell during the next year whether I complete any of this or not. And then it's important to stay flexible, meaning it's okay to adjust goals as circumstances change. So I'm not gonna be too hard on myself if I don't complete all or none of my interior design resolutions. And then the final tip from ChatGPT is to find support by sharing the goals with friends or join groups with similar interests. And I mean, isn't that what we're doing here? Like, aren't we just like at the moment now sharing goals or like joining a group of people with the same interests? I mean, if it's not, then I don't know what is. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today, all of last year, and hopefully in the coming year as well. I'll catch you next time.